main entry page is the light equipment page. The system will lead us to a landing page, as is the case for most Acumatica documents. There we'll be able to either create a new one or select an existing one. At the header level, we manage the equipment type. The assignment of the equipment is auto number, and the number is schema is defined in the preferences page. As for equipment type, this is similarly as a correlation that there is between the stock items and the item classes. The inclusion of a specific equipment type drives the different attributes that will be associated to this equipment. Then we have the possibility, it's optional, to have this equipment linked to an existing item or not. In the case of NanoSelect, which is our main experience so far, we are linking the equipment with the item along with the serial number. So at this moment, I will be able to select any item and any serial number. Now, if I go ahead and save the record, the system will automatically save it. Now, equipment may be stored or may be owned by the company that is running Acumatica. Basically, that is the company option here, or it may be stored at a customer and a customer location, which is the second radio button option. If we select the first company option, we select the specific branch in which the equipment is stored, whereas if we select customer, we indicate the customer and the customer location. Under general info, we have the information associated to warranty and service coverage. The shipment date in this case is not a modifiable value, it's read only, and it's driven by the sales order module. When the equipment gets created from a shipment line, this information gets pre-defaulted here. In this case, I'll be able to set the installation date. Let's set this with today. And the system will default the end time based on the duration definition. We have the option of days, months, or years, and the information will get updated here. As for the disposal date, this is an optional field, and it's user selected. Then we have service coverage, which is an additional level of coverage added by per NanoSelect's request, and it's very similar. We define the start date, and the service level in this case is for information purposes, and then the direction will define the end date of the service coverage. And here on the right side, the source input, type, and ref number. This is for the scenarios where the equipment was created from the sales order or from the shipments page in this case. I may have one that's been created like that. Let me verify. Yeah. In this case, it got created from CRM, from the cases page, and specifically from document 126. If I navigate to the right, I may be able to find one that's been created from shipment. And now it doesn't seem like I have one at this moment. Now, under components here, these are other stock items available in the system, for which we'll be able to set the serial number, comment, data, basically information associated to this item. In a real-life scenario, we may have an equipment, in this case equipment 18, that is a result of multiple components included in this grid. We have the concept of kit equipment, which allows us to pre-default the information of the component tab. So let's see this example. It's linked to an inventory item. In this case, Lego 500. Let's go ahead and use that one. So as I enter an item that's being defined in the kit equipment page, the corresponding components will get defaulted in the grid as we have it here. Details is the result of this master table, equipment details, and it allows us to enter additional information linked to the module, to the equipment, sorry. In the case of NanoSelect, it was a serial number of parts that will that comprise the item. In this case, they had it very specific. I may be able to get some data for for more reference, but in this case we have it as a grid that is fed from this master table equipment details. Under attributes, as we saw it gets driven per the equipment type that's been assigned to this equipment number. Then we have history. Every time that we make a change to the location of the item or when the item gets created, the information of the history will get updated with new information as we have it here. So if I set this back to any other customer, as we say, the information gets logged into this history table. Shipments and cases are grid-only views that allow us to see what documents are linked to this equipment. In this case, had this equipment been created from either a shipment or CRM, it would be visible in this grid. So that is the main equipment in terms of data entry. Then we have these other additional pages. Kit equipment, as we saw it, allows us to pre-populate components from the equipment. These three processing pages help us with the process of linking an existing shipment line with a corresponding equipment, or using a shipment line to create a new equipment, which is this scenario. We have a couple of inquiries that allows us to see the list of equipment available in the system, and here in more detail the multiplicity with components as well, so that we can see more detail. And then we have a report listing all the equipment that is available in this environment. And then under preferences, we have the preferences page, which is fairly simple. We're just applying the numbering schema right now. We have the equipment details, which is the master table that we saw before that fits the details tab. And light equipment type that allows us to define the attributes that will be associated to that equipment.